remember from last week's video, I told you guys I had really bad allergies. Well, I recently, yesterday, went to the allergist and they did tell me I was allergic to grass. That means this week, until I can kind of get that under wraps, we are going to be in the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to cook some of my favorite meals that are also very cheap because I'm always on a budget. These recipes are gluten-free because I have celiac. I do throw in bread items for my fiance because he isn't gluten-free. Right now, all I'm doing is making breakfast, which is not very much of a recipe. While I make breakfast, I'm going to probably start on the granola. But all I'm gonna do is I have some bacon and I have my goose eggs. And I really need to get rid of these because I've been having them in the refrigerator for a hot minute. So we're just gonna cook some of these up. We're gonna turn that pan down because that is way too hot. I'm gonna throw in just one more because I have 3 more outside right now that I need to go grab. I can totally use another one. If you can tell, it's super yolky because the goose egg is mainly yolk. Like I said, just a really easy breakfast so we could just eat something. And then I can continue cooking my granola. So I have to get my recipe out of my little recipe box for the granola. Here is the terrible, terrible bread that I do not eat. I don't allow it to cook in my pan. This is a dedicated toaster for Jace. This is like the quickest recipe ever, but I have to make a lot of it because my mom requested a portion of it. We are making a ton. We're gonna make however much I could fit in this bowl. That's what we're gonna make. I need 3 cups just for a normal portion, but like I said, I'm doubling it today. I'm using a half a cup because the big cup can't fit. Like we're gonna do 12 cups. So I think I could do 3 more cups and make a triple batch. So that's what we're gonna do. We got a lot of oatmeal in there. 3/4 cups nuts and seeds. I usually like using pecans because they're a little bit sweeter. But since we're tripling the batch, we're gonna do 6. Do half a teaspoon of salt, so we're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons. So 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, so we're gonna do 6. You can get like the little ice cream cups, because the ice cream cups are really, really nice because it kind of controls your portion. Like the little kid ice cream cups that you get for like kid parties and stuff like that. You can get a pack of those and it helps control your portions, and then you can put a little bit of granola on there. So good. And it's very low calorie. That's literally what I used a lot of to lose my weight because I have a really bad sweet tooth. That's the reason why I was 80 pounds heavier than I am right now. Putting this into a separate bowl because we gotta microwave it. 1/2 cup pure maple syrup. So we're gonna do 1.5 cups of pure maple syrup. My mom did ask me to use olive oil, and typically I use avocado oil, but my mom has like a really strong taste to oil. She likes olive oil the most. 1 teaspoon pure vanilla, so we're gonna do 3. And this is gonna go in the microwave for 1 minute. And you just wanna mix it thoroughly. I remember there was one time I did it, half of the batch came out really bland and half of it came out extremely sweet. It wasn't great. You're just gonna put these in the oven for 10 minutes with a total cook time of 20 minutes. And when you hit the 10-minute mark, you're gonna wanna flip it and then put it back in for 10 more minutes. The full recipe will be right here for you to take a screenshot of if you wanna try to make it. And that is the finished product. It's huge and it's amazing. I gotta go run this stuff over to my mom and we'll be back with the next recipe. This next recipe is a pasta bake, and I eat this on repeat. This night, me and Jace were super sick, so I needed something extremely simple to make. One of my favorite parts about this recipe is you can literally use anything in your pantry that's of course related to pasta to make this. I had ground beef in my freezer and Italian sausage in my freezer. That was gonna go bad if I didn't use it pretty soon here. This was a perfect recipe to use that on. Also, if you're gluten-free, this pasta is absolutely amazing. It is the elite gluten-free pasta. I use this pasta for my fiance, and he's not even gluten-free, and he can't taste the difference. This is not an ad for that pasta, but I'm just letting you know. It is super good. This recipe is great if you're feeling lazy or you're sick, like we were this night, and it just comes together so fast. I used anything I could find in my pantry for this, so I had some Alfredo sauce, I had some marinara sauce that needed to be used up. I try not to waste anything when it comes to anything in my kitchen, so I just filled the Alfredo sauce up with milk and then the marinara sauce up with water to make sure I got everything out of these jars. This is definitely a dump and go recipe, so it comes together maybe in like 10 minutes. Now we're just going to add all that pasta in there, and then you're going to stir until everything is combined and you can't see any bland pasta. I don't know about any of you guys, but we are a huge cheese family. Like, we love cheese on everything. And for all the cheese that I put on this pasta bake, I just pulled everything that I could out of my refrigerator because I didn't really have a lot of cheese on hand this time around. So I had some mozzarella and some mild cheddar cheese, and it worked pretty good. I mean, it came out pretty amazing. You're gonna want to cook this pasta at 350 for 12 minutes and then put it in for another 7 minutes on the broil setting to get that cheese all nice and crispy. The full recipe will pop up right now if you guys want to take a screenshot and try it out for yourself. We ended up having so much leftovers of this pasta, and it was good days later. This next recipe is my chicken enchiladas, which I make these every weekend for Jace. I grew up eating these as a kid, so this is my mom's recipe for these enchiladas. And I will say my mom makes pretty amazing food, but I'm pretty sure I perfected her recipe. I've had a lot of people ask me before, how do I wrap these tortillas because they are corn? I basically wrap them in a wet paper towel and then microwave them for about a minute, and it gets them all nice and movable. You of course just have to be careful because they are hot. This recipe is only 5 ingredients, but it's kind of crazy because Jace will tell everyone how amazing these enchiladas are, and I don't really put that much effort into them. And you guys are lucky that I'm sharing this recipe because I didn't really want anyone to know how easy these enchiladas actually were. If you try any recipe from my video, please try these because you want something super simple that literally took you, minutes to make. And it is the most amazing dish ever that you could pair with guacamole and maybe some beans or tortilla chips. When it comes to green sauces for this dish, I really like the one that I showed you, which is the Las Palmas. And don't mind my white girl accent when I'm saying these things. I'm terrible at this. But this is probably the best sauce that I've found, and I would love to learn how to make homemade green enchilada sauce and can it and put it in my pantry. As I said before, we are a cheese family, so I loaded these up with all the cheese I had left, which is 1 little bag of Tillamook cheese and then the rest of my shredded cheese. When it comes to the baking time on these, they're very similar to the pasta bake, so you're going to basically bake these at 350 for 12 minutes, and then you're going to broil them on high for 7 minutes to get that extra crispy cheese on top. And I will say that is my secret to getting these enchiladas to taste so good, is broiling that cheese on top. Here is the full recipe, and like I said, it's only 5 ingredients, so that means it's a cheap dinner because it's only 5 ingredients, and it's a super easy dinner that can come together extremely fast. I decided to give you guys this special bonus recipe, which are oatmeal raisin cookies, and they're gluten-free because I have celiacs, but they're some of Jace's favorite cookies. And I have all of the ingredients to make them, and we don't really have a lot of sweets in the house, and I kind of told you guys before earlier in the video, I have a really bad sweet tooth. I'm really excited to make these cookies. They're in my recipe box. So they're my oatmeal raisin cookies, and like I said, they're gluten-free. Let's get started on that recipe. We're gonna do 1/2 cup butter softened. We're also gonna do 2/3 cups of brown sugar. And then 2 tablespoons of white sugar. The big thing with this step is you're gonna wanna cream it for about 3 minutes. You wanna make sure it's all combined. So we're gonna cream it for 3 minutes. Sorry for the allergy face. We've been sick, we've been having allergies, but I need to go get some chicken eggs because I only have one. Thank you, girls. It's just 1 egg and then a yolk. It's gonna be 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I usually measure with my heart. I usually go a little bit over than the teaspoon just because I love vanilla so much. Now we're gonna mix all our dry ingredients together. It's kind of funny because I have such a pretty glass container for this, and it's because we go through oatmeal very fast because I use it for my granola that I taught you how to make. I use it for the oatmeal cookies. I use it for pancakes to get those protein pancakes, which if you haven't seen those yet, you should definitely look them up because they're pretty cool. 1½ cups of oats, 1 cup flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, which makes sense. And then we're gonna add that in. Now we're gonna add our raisins and milk, 3/4 cup raisins, and then 2 tablespoons of milk. And then we're also gonna scrape down the sides. That is it for the batter. We're gonna put this into the refrigerator for at least an hour so that it can set. Because I'm sure, as a lot of you guys know, if you throw it straight into the oven right now, it's not gonna hold its shape and it's just going to flatten out. I ended up baking these cookies for 12 minutes in a 350-degree oven, and then I let them set for at least 5 minutes. These cookies may not have the perfect cookie shape, but they were so good and soft.
Probably the wrong time to try it. Okay. Oh, it's soft. Yeah, it's good.
Is it okay?
They're more than okay. These are freaking bomb.
That's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and if you want to see more of my content, it will be here now. I'm so happy with all the stuff I was able to show you this week in the kitchen. Remember, don't let your dreams stay dreams. Bye.